Don't you do it. Do not jump up on me. I know you want to. I know you want to, but no. No. You're a bitch, but I love you. Feel you, dog. I feel you. Just go ahead, set that right there. Grab that. Let's take a seat. Unless, oh yeah, no, sure, yeah, let's get right up in my face. Thank you for getting down. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Today's video is going to be random AF. It's gonna be a mixture of a vlog, a life update, an ex-wife part of that life update, and also some plans in the future, some things I got going. I mean, this is just gonna be random AF. So, you know, hang tight. And beer will be included. Now you may look at this and you may think, holy crap, this is just, oh my gosh, right? And you're right. I set this entire area up. I did some 3D printing stuff. I got really into that. And then 3D printers started breaking. I tried to fix them. I couldn't fix them immediately, so I kind of like lost interest. And you know, here we are. I still need to go through and try to fix a lot of this stuff. Just not like right now, but you know, I need eventually. Yeah. And this is the state of my basement. It's kind of just strung stuff out everywhere, right? This is just like, okay, you know, I've been moving things around, selling, remodeling. Like, I've been doing a lot of stuff and just kind of letting things sit as they sit. And although cleaning up my basement is like pretty high on my list of things to do, like organizing, cleaning, throwing stuff away, stuff like that, it's not like top priority. My top priority right now is taking my newfound electronics obsession and moving it somewhere in here. That's my new thing. I don't want to embarrass myself too much, so I'm just going to show as little as possible, right? But you got just, like, here's my computer, right? Here's more of my computer desk, right? Just no, it's gross. I mean, it goes all the way just, like, behind, like, it's... Here's the thing. I've been going through a divorce and fighting with a very spiteful, hateful woman for, what has it been, either 2 or 100 years? I don't know, can't keep track. So there's been a lot of like distractions in my life, like where I'm just like trying to keep myself busy, whatever. And then also dealing with just evil. So things got a little messy. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not like the cleanest guy anyways. So yeah, it's messy, but I'm also just, that's kind of just who I am most of the time. My newfound obsession with the whole electronics thing is that, you know, I'm in, like, it started with the power stations and then I was just taking them apart. I wanted to see how they work and I'm looking at certain things and like, it basically came down to, hey, I'm not an electronical engineer, right? But I would like to just start getting a very rudimentary basic understanding of how to create actual circuits, right? How to create something that I want to accomplish by literally building it, soldering it, making a PCB, like just doing it, right? I think that would be cool. And in the last, I want to say a month, I've been really messing with that. In fact, I've been putting a lot more time into that than I care to admit. You know, my video release schedule has all been screwed up, but it was not made better by this little side hobby thing. I've been doing this thing where it's like I'm getting all the basic stuff, like just, you know, some capacitors and resistors, stuff like that. And then just following different diagrams and building things out and just like, hey, starting from how to make LEDs blink to how to make this, you know, transistor do this thing. Like, you know, just following basic, you know, you're 8 years old learning how to do electronics. That's basically what I've been doing. But around the house, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. There's a lot of things that I've been putting off because of this stupid fight that I've been having to go through with her, by the way, officially ex, and it's done. Like, it's done. Yeah, it's done. The entire financing thing is done. Like, all the names are off accounts that there should be, deeds. She got her payout, which in my mind, I'm like, hey, you spent more money to get less money from me. So you should have took an original offer. In her mind, she doesn't care. Like, her entire purpose was, I don't care about money. Let's just make his life a living hell. But I gotta be honest, it completely makes sense. I mean, I married a Catholic that promised me a family and wasted 10 years of my life, went back on the whole idea of having a family, deemed me unworthy of being a father, which, hey, completely fair, I guess, and then filed for divorce and then went out of her way to spend as much money as she possibly could to just do everything she can to make my life hell. Because that is apparently the type of person she is. Which I just love the whole, like, I'm religious, I would never lie type of deal, right? I'm religious, I would never act a certain way. Yeah, well, you're pretty spiteful and you went against your entire religion and denied me a family. Why? Like, I make my own money, I support myself, I'm not addicted to drugs, I'm not out there committing crimes. Like, I'm just a normal dude. There is complete trash out there having kids left and right, but somehow I am just such a terrible person that I am unworthy of her bearing my children. This studio is going to get redone, by the way. I've really been holding that off. I want to redo this. I don't know how. This is going to be the same thing just like last time. I don't know what I want to do, how I want to do it, but I got to do it. And now that everything is actually finalized, I can do that knowing that I'm not going to have any crazy costs that come out of nowhere. And, you know, I'm not, like, I just know I can do it now. This is going to take some time though, because I'm not even kidding. I do not have the designer bug in my head, right? I don't have the eye for it. Like, I have a white background with a shelf and a logo. I mean, come on. I think that pretty much proves I'm a basic bitch. Let's just go with that. Don't you do it. Do not jump up on me. Before I go to bed tonight, I have one single goal, and that is to get all of the crap that I have accumulated around my computer chair, computer desk, right? Get all of that moved over into my whole crafting area. The reason is obviously my computer workstation desk area is a cluster F, and that needs to be gone. Two, there are things in my workshop area that just don't get used and they're collecting dust, and really them taking up any kind of useful desk space is stupid. Let me show you. Matter of fact, let me give you the grand tour. Okay, this right here, this is the FL Sun Speed Racer, Super Racer, whatever. This is probably my favorite 3D printer. Does not work. Then we're gonna go over to probably, I think this is like the first one that I got. So this is through FlashForge. This is a dual nozzle thingy, right? One of the nozzles completely jammed up, screwed up, and I legitimately have to order some parts to get that fixed. But the other one kind of sort of works. Technically speaking, out of everything I'm about to show you, this one will probably print with one nozzle, maybe. And then you got this thing. This is the Ender 3. Is it a Pro? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Anyways, I paid for this. I put it together. I assembled it. I have not once been able to get a full print to work. Basically, when it like moves up and down, it goes, and it's like it's not aligned, right? So I have to like take it apart, put it back together, try to figure out what the heck I did wrong. This is an assemble yourself type of deal. To clarify, this isn't like I can't figure it out type of deal. This is more of like I just really haven't wanted to sit down and do it type of deal. I kind of have a thing where if I do something and then it doesn't work, I don't want to do it again. It's just a thing. And then we got this bad boy. This is the Adventurer 4, also a FlashForge, just like this. This stopped working because it would stop feeding, like it would get jammed. It would actually print probably for an hour and then just all of a sudden just start getting jammed and it wouldn't feed. It was a pain in the ass. Now, when I was originally getting a 3D printing, I put all these things on the wall. Everyone's like, they're going to dry out. It's going to suck. So I just assumed maybe it was because it was dried out, but that did not solve the problem. So if we reverse back to this one does the same thing. It has a feeding problem. It just starts grinding. It goes, it won't feed through the nozzle or whatever. I have taken apart this nozzle, replaced it, cleaned it, done all the things that I could possibly imagine to make this all as brand new as possible. I even took that apart. You can see I kind of just took it apart again right? Trying to clean it out, blow it out, do whatever I could possibly do to get this thing to actually feed plastic correctly, but it will not freaking work, and it pisses me off. I started out by trying to dry out some plastic, right? Put it in here with some of this dry silica gel, right? I tried that, did not work. And then I turned around and I bought new stuff. It's like, okay, brand new, straight from the factory, that should work. Nope. What does that leave me with? That leaves me with my favorite printer that doesn't print for shit. My other printer that, I kind of like this actually. It was a pretty nice printer, but that doesn't work at all. And then this thing, if I ever actually want to print something, I could probably technically print it, but it's just smaller. It's not as cool, and really it's not as fast as the Speed Racer over there. So I really, like, whatever. I want that to work. I want this to work. This is kind of where I'm at. I'd really like to print another Iron Man head like that, but just bigger. Did I mention how petty the ex-wife was? Seriously, petty. Let me give you one example. This is like her last I'm gonna mess with him because that's just who I am type of person. She would not sign a piece of paper that the judge legitimately ordered her to sign as part of our divorce decree. She wouldn't sign it. I had to go through a lawyer to get it signed. For her, it's just like, okay, what if I waste a bunch of his time, go to court, walk right into the courtroom, judge says, no, you're supposed to sign this. She's like, okay. And then no punishment whatsoever. But it ends up wasting my time, potentially costing me money, and just overall making my life stressful or just hell or whatever her motives are. I was told by my mortgage company, and I'm not going to go like all the way into detail because it's boring, but my mortgage company was like, I've never actually seen somebody get to this point and do this, because court orders, you know, go to jail potentially, like that sort of thing. Like, they've never seen this before, at least the person I worked with. Even my own lawyer was just like, you know, this goes against ethics and lawyerism. He didn't say lawyerism, but that's, you know, that's what I said. The ramifications for her is just waste my time, drag me to court. She could instantly give in once she gets in front of the judge, and she still achieved her goal of making my life just a little bit more miserable, wasting my time, and then have absolutely no penalty whatsoever. Like, I'm not saying that I hope she finds somebody that she deems worthy of her womb popping out a child and then turning out to be an entirely bad decision, but you know, if that happens, I'm not gonna cry over it. I've concluded I don't care about this. The Ender 3, I don't care. It can just go somewhere and not be here. And then this thing, this is a laser thing, right? I got this little laser etcher, whatever you call it. I made a video about it. I messed around with it. I got bored with it. I haven't touched it once since then. So I need to find a place to put this, get it off the table. That way I can use this table for other things, like electronics. Funny story, that light used to be up there, kind of where that one was. I hung it, and then that fell. I thought I put it in a freaking stud, but apparently I put it in the little drywall hanger thingies where you put the drywall thing in there and then you put it in there. But I made the hole too big for anyways, it fell. Here's the thing about all the electronic stuff, and the reason why I have it all kind of just spread around right here, right, is because when I was doing and building and like experimenting with different electronic stuff and circuits and all that other stuff, I was also watching videos about it. So realistically, whatever I do, if I actually want it to be a place of which I'm going to do it, I need to set up a computer. Which, conveniently enough, I have 2 monitors sitting right there, which I don't know why they're there, but they're just stored there. But anyways, that's a good idea because I need a computer with more monitors and all that other stuff. So take a good look, ladies and gentlemen. This is about to change for the better. Should I do the transition? Should I do it? Should I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. There is no question in my mind that I need to expand. I was able to get, let's just say, 70% of the stuff that I kind of sort of have collected, 60% of the stuff that I kind of sort of have collected in this like ish area right here. So obviously the dual monitor setup right there is kind of the most important thing as far as being able to look one thing up, watch a video, do whatever. I have to have dual monitors. Over here, I have this little thing right here. So I got the little switch. I can turn that on and off. So that is definitely most useful, especially when you're looking at transistors. Like, they have such small like text and you need light. I have these little drawers separated by like transistor switches and capacitors and some other like stuff like that. But realistically, all of this kind of sucks, and I ended up getting these things. So this sounds dumb, but these are all perfectly labeled with exactly what I need: transistors, resistors, capacitors, diodes. Like, if I am building a circuit and it says, hey, you need this, the biggest thing is transistors. You need this transistor, you need this capacitor, whatever. I can look at these and I can find exactly what I want. So the storage idea was cool, except just it was a pain in the ass. So I got all that set up, got all that moved over, power supplies. I got my whole conglomerate of different components that come in little packages that I need to kind of sort out. This is miscellaneous, just stuff. I mean, all of this obviously is just kind of thrown on here, and this is going to be revamped eventually. But it is 4 a.m. in the morning, so I definitely need to call it a night. Also, I'm going to have to worry about power distribution. As it sits right now, I just have this. When I built the desk, I have that little power strip right there. So it's powering the monitors, the computer, which is just a simply NUC running the dual monitors. It's powering that. Lights being powered off of the monitor, but I'm going to have to figure something else out to be able to handle the soldering, the desoldering, the power supply. I'm gonna have some battery chargers probably over here because I'm also dealing a lot with batteries, and I'm trying to find ways to use battery. It's just like all these little miscellaneous things. But ultimately, that's what it really looks like. So far, that's just getting everything out of my computer room, and I think it's a good start. I like to use cardboard for my soldering area. So like, this is some of the stuff that I'm either going to figure out if I could use it in something because it's already pre-built, but figure out if I'm gonna use this in something, or B, just take off some of the parts that maybe I want and then just kind of throw away the rest. So like, this is a DC distribution thing for USB powering out of a power supply. This, I believe this is going to be a inverter, a DC inverter. Maybe. What's this? I might have already taken a lot of stuff off of this. I take that back. This is a BMS. This is just a standard AC to DC inverter, and this is going to be the DC power supply for other things. So I have to figure out if I want to use this for anything that I might have in mind, but until then, it's all sitting here, and this has been the test board. So, soldering, etc. There you go. That's it. That's what you got so far. I have to expand. I got rid of a few things as far as the things that I didn't want anywhere. Then I kind of just pushed stuff to the side, put things over there, put some stuff in boxes just to kind of clear out the area. What I have to do is, one, I need to get a rolling chair. Two, I'm going to clear out probably all the way up to there. That way I have access to tools, because that's going to be important. Three, I think I'm going to take this and expand it, right? Gonna go to Lowe's, whatever, get some more wood, and I'm just gonna expand this desk out to probably right there. So I'm just gonna have a U-shape type deal right there. That way I can have more space, and I can have more space. I have probably 3 or 4 different ideas of just little things that I want to make that I think would be very useful in very specific applications. I know I could find them online and just not have to make them myself, but that's not really the fun part for me. The fun part is to see if I could try to make it and see if I can make it not explode. Should be great. Another big thing is going to be the lights. So I haven't even messed with the light that fell off, because I think I'm just going to take that down, redo that maybe with some different lights, do it something a little bit different, just make that basically like sunlight. And then also, I originally installed these lights right here, which are LEDs, super bright. I think I'm gonna move those over somewhere like over here. That way I can hang it over my work area, which that was one of the biggest things, is like I have to have just a nice light, which that's okay. Anyway, so I have to have a nice light just to be able to see what I'm doing. and then those should be able to accomplish that, plus whatever lights I add on top of that. So you got the random update with the wife, you got the random update with my new random obsession. I don't know how long this will last, but I'm learning more and more, and it just keeps getting more and more interesting. So, you know, hey, hopefully I can start creating some really interesting things. I have no idea. But before I close this video, I really have to go to bed, but before I close this video, I do want to say that I have made the leap into a 13900K build. DDR5, 128 gigs worth of RAM, two Samsung 980 Pro 2 terabyte SSDs. I got a water block to go with my existing cooling setup that I have right now. So that's all on order, and I am going to be building obviously that as my main workstation. But before I do that, I do want to go through and just build a separate little Unraid box or something, maybe run it air cooled, and just kind of see what I can do on some transcoding things. And yeah, I don't know. I have a few tests in mind that I'm going to do with that before I actually build out that computer. But that is ordered, it's on the way, and hopefully I will get that probably by, I think the latest was December 5th on one of the parts, because they all had kind of mixed shipping things. I definitely have to figure out something with this though. I had this on here just for a little bit of weight, but this, a light holder, help you solder, stuff like that. It's got the lightest aluminum base, right? So it doesn't hold for anything. I put some stuff on there just to try to give it a little bit of weight, but yeah, I got to figure that out. I'm probably just going to melt or do, I don't know. I'm going to do something to add a bunch of weight to it. Right now, I just got this little battery powered light fan thing while I'm soldering. This is kind of stupid, I know, but basically this allows me to just kind of get a little bit extra light on the situation, and I can either turn up the fan, turn it down if I just want a little bit, whatever, just to help try to get some of that solder smoke out of my face. So that was just something that I thought was very useful once I was really getting into soldering. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe. Give me all your comments, recommendations, and complaints in the comment section down below, as always. And have yourself a great day.